my own thoughts.
This is One Fat Boy, and I'll be going over the NBA game predictions for January 8th of 2022. Tonight there's 6 games, and I'll be going over the spreads and over-unders. The spreads I got from FanDuel, and then the over-unders are a mix from FanDuel and my own thoughts. For Memphis at the Clippers, I'll be going with Memphis -1. So Morant will be out this game, but Memphis won without Morant playing for them. That was back in December, and that's when Memphis started to turn it around and started to win a lot more. So I don't expect any change in the Grizzlies' winning ways, especially against the Clippers, who are struggling as a team without their 2 main players. So I expect that to continue too. I'll be going under 221.5, as Memphis will play a more grit and grind style without Morant. And then the Clippers are really off and on with points, but they're mostly off. So I don't expect a whole lot from them. So I'll be going under 221.5. For Milwaukee at Charlotte, I'll be going with Milwaukee -1.5. Even though they played last night against the Nets, I still expect them to come out and beat the Hornets. Hornets are sporadic, and Milwaukee should be more consistent. They do have a better team than them, so they should come out and win, even though playing last night. But whenever I think Milwaukee's going to win, they don't, and when I expect them to play well or something like that, they just don't. So I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte wins, but just from a looking at the team standpoint and just overall coaching and just how the players should play, Milwaukee should win. We're going over 227.5, as I expect Charlotte's defense to not even try to stop the Bucks. The Bucks offense should just work pretty well against the Charlotte Hornets, as it just comes down to knocking down the open shots, and then Charlotte should score enough. They'll probably score at least 108, 110, somewhere towards the 110, somewhere in there. And Milwaukee should still win, so should go over 227.5. For the Magic at the Pistons, these are 2 bottom of the barrel teams, and the Magic, they've been keeping their games closer overall than the Pistons, or getting close to some wins. And I know they got that good win over Milwaukee recently, so that's all I'll be leaning towards. Orlando +2. This will be the most watched G League game, so that's good to hear. I'll be going under 216.5, as I really don't expect any player to come out and just dominate. Maybe Wagner on the Magic, but it's not going to be enough to have the Magic score 120. I don't expect it to be a high scoring affair at all, so under 216.5. For the Jazz at the Pacers, I'll be going Indiana +3, as the Jazz still don't have most of their starting lineup, if not a single player from it. So I'll be going with the Pacers +3 and likely winning, as I don't know, if you have most of your players, you should beat the team that is missing most of theirs. That's how basketball should work, especially at the highest level. I'll be going over 219.5, as the Pacers should be able to dominate the bench of the Jazz. And the Jazz are still going to shoot a lot of threes. Maybe not the same rate as making, but I think the Jazz will still score on the Pacers. But Pacers should have a above average scoring night, as they are playing against the bench of the Jazz. Gotta reiterate that. For the Knicks at the Boston, so this will be a repeat of a game from a couple of days ago from them. And if Boston doesn't win this game, that's going to be pretty embarrassing for them. My stock on Boston will drop drastically. I'll be going Boston -7, as they should play very hard so they don't lose 2 times in a row to the same team. They're also playing at home, so if they lose at home, that's also embarrassing. So there's a lot on the line for them, just from a state of appearance. And it's just more the Knicks. The Knicks just have to come out and play. That's all they have to do, and just keep it close, and maybe they'll come out with a win. But if I'm Boston, I have to win this game in the first half. I'll be going over 209 as if Boston's going to win this in the first half, it's going to be from their defense. The Knicks, they always play decent defense, so I will be going the over 209 as Boston, they should score a lot more than the Knicks. Like, if Boston wins this, it has to be like over 115 points because that'll just really demoralize the Knicks. Like, this game should be done in the first half. For Phoenix at Miami, I'll be leaning towards Phoenix as Phoenix has began to figure it out with their big men. I believe Ayton should be back, but if not, Jalen Smith and Biyombo have been playing very well for them. They've kind of fit in nicely. The Suns guards, even when Booker had a bad game last game, they still easily beat the Clippers. Got a little close, but it was never like in danger of losing. And I expect that somewhat of the same more against the Heat. Heat might be able to hang in a little longer as they do have better tools. But I think Heat are still missing most of their players, so the Suns should take advantage. Should have an easy win overall. And you'll be seeing over 216.5 as the Suns should be able to score no problem on the Heat, as I believe Bam is still out, so the paint should be more open for the Suns to score. They just gotta knock down their shots, and then Heat, I think they're going to struggle to score as Suns defense is pretty good. So overall, if you're going to bet on a team tonight, it would be the Suns. And thank you for watching. Comment your predictions below. Sorry about a late upload yesterday. I had it uploaded. I just closed my laptop and then it didn't upload the video. So that was my fault, but make sure this one gets out on time. And once again, thanks for watching.